Hey, 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 and Spin Squad. It's been a long time, eh? So, I think it's been over a month, no, 2 months maybe, since I showed my face. If for anyone, for any one of you who might be wondering, why the hell did I stop showing my face in the videos? And the simple explanation to that is because when I do my videos, I usually film in 60 frames per second. And that's because I want there to be a certain flow when I switch between scenes when I do my videos. And I noticed that whenever I had my face recorded, it only went in 30 frames per second. So whenever you saw my face, it was in 30 frames. So my voice didn't follow my face. Hopefully it does now. But anyways, that's besides the subject of the video. Today I thought we'd do something a little bit interesting. I hope I'm gonna try not to edit this too much so that it doesn't become too choppy, because that's also an issue I had before. Yeah, let's look at this idea that I just had for a video, because, you know, I got all the time in the world. I'm pretty bored. I don't know if you guys have seen this already. It's been a while since these pictures were released, but yeah, there was essentially 5 pieces of concept art released for the next Mass Effect, aka Mass Effect 4 or Mass Effect 5 or whatever you want to call it. So I was just thinking that we just, check these out, and I'll try to analyze them as well as I can, because, we're all anxiously waiting for the next news to drop about the next Mass Effect. But just to keep the thing alive, and maybe getting some new fans to the series. Let's keep the ball rolling, and let's check out this first picture. So the first one I got here is a sort of a pyramid-like structures. I'm not sure what to call these, but from what I can see here, it just seems like they've terraformed a planet somehow. So all of these concept art pictures, by the way, all seem to indicate that the galaxy has been rebuilt indeed. Now, concept art isn't always indicative of the final product, so it doesn't mean that any of these things will come to fruition, but I have a suspicion that the connection I'm making in my head sort of tells us that this is where they're approximately gonna go. So let's just check this out. There isn't really much to analyze here, to be honest, because we don't know anything about what these structures could be. They're spaceships floating around that are vertical instead of horizontal, so that's cool. Almost looks like the what are those spaceships in Star Wars called? Slave? And I need to make a correction, by the way. I think it was 4 pieces of concept art, not 5, but there is one that I will show you at the end of the video. Anyways, this almost looks like processing plants. And that structure over here, up to the left, I'm not really sure at all what that could be. This next one I found to be very fascinating. I read an article, I think it was yesterday, where somebody commented on this concept art picture, and this is actually, from what it looks like, it's supposedly a mass relay. Why I say this? You see this ring-like structure in the middle? This looks like one of those spinny things that goes around in the mass relay, when it spins around to charge up and then, shoot the ship away. And then we have several ships. These ships are probably just there for construction, I guess. It's hard to say, we can't really gauge much from this, but you see these small towers that's sticking out, or antennas, or whatever you could call that. I find that very reminiscent of a mass relay. And then you have these lengthy portions over here, where they have these almost antenna structures too over here. So it very much looks like a mass relay. The interesting thing here is when you look at the colors of it, it's white, and then we have almost black or gray, and then yellow. And what do we usually relate to black and yellow? Cerberus, right? Aren't their colors black and yellow? I seem to have a memory of them always having that kind of aesthetic to them. by the way, oh, I'm so stupid. The logo, the Cerberus logo is literally black and yellow. So who knows? Maybe the future villain will still be Cerberus. And that never struck me before, actually, the possibility of Cerberus returning as a villain again, because we see them in Mass Effect Andromeda, but that's just an Easter egg, sort of. They're like these two scientists that are running experiments on people. And that's what we see in Mass Effect Andromeda, but it never hit me that the possibility is there that we might see Cerberus return as a villain. I'm not sure what I feel about that, if that's true, but I mean, they weren't a bad villain for Mass Effect 3. I just feel like they kind of removed the acute presence of the Reapers that we're supposed to feel during the journey. I kind of feel like Cerberus sort of like removed a little bit of that, and we focused too much on them. Anyway, I think this is cool. I really hope that this is a mass relay, because then we kind of, we can just assume that the galaxy is up and running again. And then we have this picture, right, of the 4 individuals standing on a planet that's not snowing. Because if you saw in the trailer, of course you did, when we got the trailer for the next Mass Effect, they're on a snowy planet with Liara, right? But this time it doesn't look like there's snow, and the races that we see here, they're kind of hard to figure out. But I think these two to the right, one is a Drell, and then one is a Salarian, of course. You can see the top of their heads. They're very reminiscent of like Thane and Morden, a Salarian and a Drell. But these two other ones, I'm not really sure about. The middle one kind of looks like an Angaran when you look at the profile from behind, but that's not a guarantee either. But it might be possible because it almost looks like a sort of tentacle piece of hair there. I'm not sure how Jaal was like, how his race exactly were. I think they had like these kind of Twi'lek kind of protrusions from their head. It kind of looks like it. And then the left one, I don't know what that is. It almost looks like somebody with a hoodie. That might even be a new species, to be honest, because if that is a head shape, that's a weird head shape. Okay, so moving on, we can't really get much from this. But then we had this one. Okay, so what do we have here? So it looks like it's some sort of, almost like a hazy, it reminds me like of Dagobah from Star Wars, where Luke, lands in order to find Yoda. Who knows, maybe that's one of those kinds of planets, like a swampy planet. It almost like feels like that when you look at the picture. At least that's what I'm feeling. And then we just zoom in on these individuals that are standing here. And then we have like these backpacks on each of the characters. I wonder what those could be. And then we of course have the middle one there that definitely looks like a Quarian. And then to the right, that is either a Drell or an Asari, but I think that's a Drell. But the middle one definitely looks like a Quarian. That might even have been a Quarian on the last picture when they're standing in like the desert climate thing. And then we have this mud skipper to the left, which is like the vehicle that they've shown 3 times now. So first in the trailer for the next Mass Effect, of course at the end there, and then we have it on this the deserty planet kind of thing. There we have it again, and then we have it the 3rd time here. So it seems like the mud skipper generally has the same aesthetic throughout, I think, because they showed it in the trailer. So that's probably our new exploration vehicle, so to speak. I wonder why there are 5 individuals here though, because they look like they're almost in the same team. Have they like increased the possibility of, bringing more squad mates with you? That'd be cool. That'd be interesting. But yeah, again, there's not much you can say here, but it looks really interesting. I wonder what this bunker thing is. It kind of looks like a bunker, like a hatch that's been opened up. Man, this like has me racing. I never really analyzed these pictures before when they first were released. I think they were even released before the trailer. The thing is, when we look at this last picture right here, okay, this is the thing that I wanted to bring up. You guys know Novaria, right? This is a concept art piece from when they were developing the first Mass Effect, and you can see this is clearly Ashley Williams standing on the right here. And then we have additional individuals here that kind of has the same armor. But then we have the Peak 15, I think, the tower there, or the building. And it's sort of reminiscent of it. It wasn't really the finished project, or it wasn't the finished thing that we saw in Mass Effect 1, but it is very reminiscent of it. So even if concept art definitely is just, you know, concept art, it doesn't always guarantee that it will make it into the game. I still think that something similar to all these pictures that I checked out right now will make it, especially the one with the mass relay, because that's such a heavy plot thing that I don't think that they are just gonna make concept art for and then just not include, because, you know, it's kind of a heavy plot element to just have a mass relay getting rebuilt. So I think that's definitely something we'll see. Anyway, this was, you know, an interesting video to make. Please tell me what you think in the comments below, and if you have any thoughts or suggestions or whatever, just tell me. Just tell me about it. Anyway, I was thinking of playing The Witcher. Witcher 3, by the way, not 1 and 2. It's over on Twitch and not on the YouTube channel, in order not to spam you guys with a bunch of shit you don't want to see. That's it, I guess. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.